Hey guys, welcome to Y&R Daily Update YouTube channel. Today's topics: Y&R's Jason Thompson got Billy Miller's blessing to play. Billy Abbott. Jason Thompson marks a major Billy Abbott milestone and reflects on the moment that helped shape his Y&R journey. The Young and the Restless star Jason Thompson celebrated the 10th anniversary of playing Billy Abbott. In a new interview, he took on the role after speaking with the late Billy Miller, who played the character from 2008 to 2014. Key takeaways: Thompson played Billy Abbott after playing Dr. Patrick Drake for 10 years on General Hospital. Miller gave Thompson his blessing for taking on the role of the new Billy. Thompson admitted he had some big shoes to fill. Jason Thompson's personal conversation with Billy Miller, revealed in an interview with TV Insider. Thompson talked about his journey to Y&R. He was in talks with executive producer Jill Farren Phelps. He assumed that the role was for a new character. At the time, Thompson was working with the late Billy Miller on GH. Miller played Jason Morgan, who was revealed to be Jason's twin brother, Drew Kane. He also spent 6 years playing Billy Abbott on Y&R. Thompson mulled over the decision, which led to a conversation with his good friend. Thompson admitted that he wasn't sure of what to do, but he said, "Look, if somebody's going to take that character over, you can do it, and it meant a lot because I know how much that character meant to him, and always had." He explained. They stayed in touch and became friends during that time. Thompson took over the role of Billy Abbott from Miller in 2016. He put his twist on the complicated, edgy bad boy who wanted to strike out on his own, outside of the Abbott family. What's next for Billy Abbott? Billy wants to prove himself while navigating his relationship with Sally Courtney Hope. She's been keeping a close eye on him, as he continues to obsess over the Newmans. Billy is on a downward spiral, wishing he had some of that empire for himself. Billy's ultimate goal was to get Chancellor back. Now, Kane, Billy Flynn, is dangling that company in front of his face. Sally already snuffed him out and caught on to his conversation with his brother. She's worried that he could ditch everything they've worked so hard to build. What will Billy choose? Will he remain faithful to Sally and continue working at Abbott Communications? Or will he choose Kane's offer to take over Chancellor? Thompson celebrated the 10th anniversary as Billy Abbott on Wednesday, January 14th. What are your thoughts on his portrayal of the character? Sound off below in the comments section. Subscribe our channel for more latest update. Recasting a beloved soap character is always risky. Recasting a character as layered, volatile, and emotionally charged as Billy Abbott borders on sacrilege. And yet, when Jason Thompson stepped into the role on The Young and the Restless, he didn't just inherit a character, he inherited a legacy shaped most indelibly by Billy Miller. What many fans may not fully appreciate is that Thompson didn't take on that legacy without permission. Billy Miller gave Jason Thompson his blessing. A gesture that may seem symbolic on the surface, but in the soap world, and especially for a character like Billy Abbott, it carried enormous emotional and creative weight. Years later, that blessing still reverberates through Thompson's performance and through the way fans engage with this version of Billy. It wasn't just about approval, it was about continuity, respect, and emotional stewardship. Billy Abbott, a role defined by pain and precision. Before unpacking why Billy Miller's blessing mattered so much, it's important to understand why Billy Abbott is such a uniquely difficult role to inhabit. Billy isn't a traditional soap antihero. He's not charming chaos in a tuxedo or a villain with a soft spot. Billy is messy, self-aware, self-destructive, and emotionally transparent to a fault. His pain isn't buried, it's broadcast. Billy Miller's portrayal cemented Billy as a man haunted by insecurity, someone desperate to be taken seriously, a son constantly trying to prove his worth. Miller didn't just play Billy, he defined the emotional grammar of the character. Anyone who followed him was going to be compared harshly. Jason Thompson's challenge. Inheriting a ghost. When Jason Thompson took over the role, he wasn't just stepping into Billy Abbott's shoes. He was stepping into the shadow of a performance many fans still considered definitive. That's a nearly impossible position. Honor what came before. Make the role your own. Survive fan skepticism. Many recasts fail because they try too hard to imitate their predecessor, or reject them entirely. Thompson did neither, and Billy Miller's blessing helped make that possible. Why Billy Miller's blessing wasn't just courtesy in daytime television. Blessings from former actors are rare and meaningful. Billy Miller didn't have to publicly or privately endorse Thompson. He could have stayed silent. Instead, his approval signaled something powerful. I trust this actor to take care of this character. That matters because Billy Abbott wasn't just another role to Miller. It was personal. Billy was the character through which Miller delivered some of Y&R's most raw, vulnerable storytelling. Handing that off isn't easy. A green light for fans. Let's be honest. Soap fans are fiercely loyal and deeply skeptical of recasts. Billy Miller's blessing functioned as a seal of authenticity. It told fans, this isn't a betrayal of the character, this isn't erasing what came before, this is evolution. Not replacement. That didn't stop all criticism, but it softened resistance. It allowed viewers to approach Thompson's Billy with openness instead of hostility, in a genre built on emotional investment. That matters immensely. Jason Thompson didn't try to replace Billy Miller, he continued him. One of the most impressive aspects of Thompson's portrayal is how he respects the emotional DNA Miller established while steering the character into new territory. You can see it in Billy's quiet self-loathing, his sensitivity to perceived disrespect, his tendency to self-sabotage just as things stabilize. Those aren't new traits. They're continuations. Thompson didn't wipe the slate clean, he added layers. A softer, sadder Billy, and why that works where Miller's Billy often crackled with volatility. Thompson's Billy leans into introspection. This version feels older not just in years, but in emotional mileage. That tonal shift makes sense. Life has happened to Billy. Loss, failure, addiction, regret. Thompson plays a Billy who remembers those scars even when he's trying to move forward. It's a quieter pain, but no less profound. That evolution feels earned and likely wouldn't have worked without the foundation Miller laid. The weight of respect between actors in soap operas. Roles can change hands frequently. What doesn't always change is the emotional investment actors place in their characters. Billy Miller's blessing wasn't a business courtesy. It was an artistic one. It acknowledged Thompson's talent, the difficulty of the role, the importance of continuity. That kind of respect creates a lineage. It turns a recast into a relay race instead of a replacement. How Thompson honored that trust. Jason Thompson has never played Billy as if he's trying to beat Billy Miller's version. That humility shows. He honors the character by leaning into vulnerability instead of bravado, allowing Billy to be wrong and sit with it, playing moments of shame as deeply as moments of anger. Those choices reflect an actor who understands that Billy's power lies in his emotional honesty, not in theatrics. Why this blessing still matters today, years into Thompson's run. The blessing still matters because Billy Abbott remains one of Y&R's emotional linchpins. He's often used to explore mental health, masculine insecurity, moral recklessness. Stories require trust from writers, from fans, and from the actor playing him. Knowing Thompson had Miller's approval gives weight to those stories. It reinforces that this Billy isn't a distortion, it's a continuation. The tragedy of Billy Miller's passing. Billy Miller's passing added an unspoken layer of poignancy to this story. His blessing now carries even more emotional resonance. It serves as a reminder that characters outlive actors' performances. Echo forward. Respect matters for fans. Knowing Miller trusted Thompson provides comfort. It helps preserve the integrity of Billy Abbott as a shared creation rather than a contested one. Jason Thompson's longevity as proof. The ultimate validation of Thompson's casting isn't approval, it's longevity. He didn't just survive the transition, he became Billy Abbott. That doesn't erase Miller's legacy, it honors it. The fact that Billy remains central to major storylines, still flawed, still searching, still raw, proves that Thompson didn't dilute the character. He sustained him. The Rinse perspective. A rare success story in recasting. From a Rinse-style critique. This is one of daytime television's rare recasting success stories. Why? Because it prioritized respect over ego, continuity over shock value, character integrity over reinvention. Billy Miller's blessing set the tone. Jason Thompson followed through. That partnership, though indirect, made all the difference. Why this matters. Beyond Billy Abbott, this story matters because it shows how soap operas can handle legacy characters with care. Too often, recasts are treated as erasures. Here, the transition was framed as stewardship. That approach builds trust with viewers, protects character history, owners artistic contribution, and it's a model other shows should study. Final thoughts. A legacy shared, not replaced. Jason Thompson getting Billy Miller's blessing to play Billy Abbott wasn't just a footnote, it was a foundation. It allowed Thompson to step into the role with confidence and humility. It allowed fans to open their hearts instead of closing ranks.